Yo, what's up? My name is Patrouski, and welcome to my Apricorn farming guide within PokeMMO. Yodo has now added the little guys, and they are used to make Pokeballs alongside some Pokeyen. I already have an Apricorn crafting guide, so if you're looking for that, it should be a pretty easy Google search. However, today, I'm going to be showing you guys all the locations on how to farm the Apricorns and where to actually get them. The locations are all color-coded, and we're starting here on Route 37 with red Apricorns. Now, it's worth noting quickly that there are 7 different colors of Apricorns in the entire game. There's red, black, blue, green, pink, white, and yellow, and those all make different Pokeballs, which I cover in my Apricorn crafting guide. Now, Route 37 is obviously a great starting location as there's multiple ones here. It's right to the south of Apricorn City, but I'm just going to focus on the color-coded situation, so we're going to go in order. Our first Apricorn is a red Apricorn on Route 37. And then our second red Apricorn location is to the east of Mahogany Town. So you just fly here, head northeast of the PC, and the tree will be right here. That's the only 2 red Apricorn locations from my understanding within PokeMMO. The third would have been in Fuchsia City, in Fuchsia in Kanto 2, which isn't in PokeMMO. We only have original Johto, and then if you want to play Kanto, you go back to Fire Red or Kanto within the dock. And now on to yellow Apricorns. We're going to be starting in Apricorn City. We're going to head east and go over to Route 42. There will be 3 other Apricorn locations here, but once again, going in color order. This is also the overworld location where you encounter Suicune. Not that that's really relevant. Doing that actually doesn't trigger anything within the game, and you don't ever have to interact with that Suicune. Head east from Apricorn City. You do have to surf across one little body of water. It's probably not worth popping a repel, but that's up to you. Come down here. You do need to cut HM to be able to cut down this tree, and then there is a yellow Apricorn right over here. If this is your first time here, you will get this Suicune interaction, but it's not necessary, nor does it really do anything. But on this most eastern Apricorn, this should be a yellow Apricorn. There's also a green and a pink, which we'll come back for later. Alright, I'm going to warn you ahead of time that this location sucks. This is Route 46. There's actually 3 total Apricorn trees here, I believe, but you might need to take the trip twice to be able to make it here. It sucks. You have to start from Blackthorn City and make your way all the way south from my understanding. I haven't found a better way, but we shall see. Let's go ahead and show you guys again what this trip looks like. So starting in Blackthorn City, this is definitely going to be a repel popping sort of spot as well. Probably just not worth to do this. I'm going to be totally honest. From Blackthorn, you pretty much just want to head south as much as possible while battling or dodging as many trainers as possible and just dodging as much grass as possible. There are a bunch of trainers, a bunch of grass along this route. Either path down either west or east should take you down this way. And like I was saying, dodging as many trainers as possible. I believe if you stick to the east here, now once you get to a certain location, if you stick to the east, you'll end up running into that one green tree, but if you stick to the west, you'll run into the green and the yellow we just saw. As I was saying, continuing south from this location, you're going to reach this little like sort of fork in the road, and if you want to go for that yellow, I'm going to stay to the left to show you guys. Yup, once you hop over that, you're at the place of no return. Here is the yellow Apricorn that I've been fably talking about. And to get both greens, you'll have to go through each path. Once again, this location is probably not worth it. But thankfully, there is only one more yellow location for us to check out, and that should be over in Violet City. And if you fly over to Violet City and sort of head to the west, maybe northwest a little bit, you'll end up looping around right to this location, and here is the yellow Apricorn. That's it for yellow. Time to move on to blue Apricorns. Alright, moving on to blue Apricorns, we can find them on Route 26, 36, and 37. So going for Route 26, it is below Victory Road, so you need to fly over to this location, head south, and we'll find this little Apricorn tree together. Should be pretty easy to find right here. Actually, a pretty easy one to go ahead and go farm. If you want to add this into your route, it's definitely a good idea. There's the first blue Apricorn. All right, this next blueberry, the second one, is a little bit of a trek from to the left, northwest of Violet City. So you want to start in Violet City, head to the northwest, not that north, mostly stick to the west, head over out to this location. We're going to be heading over to Route 36, and it's just a little bit of a trek. You do also have to have the squirt bottle to be able to pop open that Sudowoodo tree. You want to keep heading down this location, and then I think you head up from here. I tried to figure out if there was a better way to get to this from Goldenrod or a different city, and it didn't seem like it. I really feel like Violet City is probably your best bet. Next up is one of my favorites and simplest spots to farm for berries. It's going to be below Apricorns, excuse me. The Route 37, our favorite little spot. One of the blue Apricorns is right here. And that's it for blue Apricorns. Time to move on to green Apricorns. Green apricorns can be found in Johto on route 29, 30, 35, 39, 42, and 46. I think it's the most apricorn locations out of any of them. All right, for the first green apricorn, fly over to Cherry Grove City and head east, and then go north once you reach this little patch and grab this green apricorn here. Now back to Cherry Grove City, you want to head west and then north. We're heading over to Route 30 for the next one. And you do have to trek through this big patch of grass if you want to make your way to it. Unfortunately, head over to this house and there's a green apricorn right here. All right, the next apricorn is to the north of Goldenrod City on Route 35. Let's just go ahead and head north of Goldenrod City up through this little passageway. We're going to have to surf across the water to get to this one, but it should be a pretty quick surf. Start here. And then go ahead and just head straight west across, and it's right here. This is the only way to get to this one from my understanding. Next up is Route 39, which is north of Olive City. Disgusting, I know. Want to go ahead and start here and just make our way north, and we should be able to get to Route 39 pretty easily. And this one should be a pretty easy apricorn to farm if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is right here, just at that top left corner where I was just at. Pretty easy green apricorn. Next up is Route 42, which is to the west of Mahogany Town. Go ahead and fly there. Head west, and we'll make our way over to the next green apricorn tree. And you do have to surf across that body of water I just crossed. You could also start from Apricorn or Mahogany, but I don't think it's really going to make either that much faster. Apricorn might be a little faster, but you still have to surf across a body of water. And then we have these apricorns right here, and we're going to focus on the green one for now. We'll come back for these later. All right, I'm going to warn you guys ahead of time, these two green locations suck. They were comparable to the one we covered earlier. They just absolutely suck. They're so far out of the way. Let's go ahead and now show you how to do them. So they're going to both be below Blackthorn City, but I don't think you can actually do them back to back. We're going to do the Route 45 one. I think you have to fly all the way back up. You essentially just want to stay to the east. These locations are so far from a PC. You definitely want to pop repels, and there's so many trainers. If you haven't fought all these trainers, there's so many trainers. But really, you do just stick to the east. The pathing is pretty simple, but you have to, once again, fight a bunch of trainers, pop up a bunch of repels. It's really not worth it, in my opinion. And here we go. Here is the first apricorn tree, and I don't even believe you can get to the second one without actually going back up, but we're going to go ahead and try now and see if it's a failure. You might be able to, actually. Okay, you actually can. So thankfully, you can actually do both of these apricorns in one little route. This is the Route 46 one, and that is the last green apricorn. Whew. Next up is pink apricorns, which there are 3 spots on Route 30, 33, and 42. All right, the first apricorn is on Route 30. I tested this first coming from Cherry Grove, but I think it is actually faster going to the east of Violet City. So follow me here, fly over to Violet City. We want to head over to Route 30. It's a pretty specific route. You want to come down here, come across here, and you want to cut down through this tree. This will make it a bit faster. Come down a little staircase here and then pop over here. And this is where the pink berry or apricorn would be at. I think it's a safe call that anytime I say berry, just replace the word with apricorn. I usually misspeak a lot during these videos for whatever reason. I do the same thing with swarm and horde. I kind of do those same words. I don't know why. Okay, next over to Route 33, Azalea Town. We want to head east, and this should be a pretty easy one if I'm not mistaken. Yep, right here. Nice little pink apricorn. And then for the last pink apricorn, you want to go over to Apricorn and then head east over to Route 42. So let's go ahead and do this path pretty quickly. Over to Route 42, just keep heading east. And then you have to surf across another body of water over to the east, head over here, cut down, and it's the same little trio of apricorns. There's the pink one. All right, now we just have white apricorns and black apricorns left. The next one is going to be white apricorns starting on Route 38. So we're going to fly over to Apricorn City and head west. Just keep heading northwest until you're outside of the city itself, and then we should be able to find the apricorn tree pretty easily. When you're at this little fork in the road, you want to head down and then left and then come over here, and you will have to fight this trainer if you haven't, but the white apricorn should be right there. All right, pick up that white apricorn really quick. Nice. And then the only other white apricorn spawn, one that probably everybody should pick up whenever they have the opportunity to, because it's right here in the city, so close to the PC. You can just come grab it. It's the only other white apricorn spawn, which is pretty cool that that apricorn only has 2 different spawns within PokeMMO. So I don't know the price of it, but it's probably worth getting. Apricorns honestly just aren't worth too much at the moment, since you do have to spend so much pure Pokeyen to actually even be able to here's white apricorn, around 800 Pokeyen, honestly better than I expected. To even be able to make the Pokeballs with them, you do have to spend a bit of Pokeyen. But honestly, yeah, 800 for white is honestly better than I expected. Finally, on to the last Apricorn, the black Apricorns, which there are 1, 2, 3, 4 spawns of on Route 31, 33, 37, and 43. We're going to start over on Route 31, of course, heading to the east of Violet City. You want to head east of the location, east through the little tunnel, and it should be right here. A pretty easy location. Next up is Route 33. There's a lot of people here right now because there's actually an alpha on the map. We want to head to the east of Azalea Town where we just were. Follow the people going over to the alpha swarm as they'll definitely be there during the time you want to farm for your Apricorns. And right here, a black Apricorn, pretty simple spot. And then next up, the best berry spot in the game to the south of Patrouski City. Right here, there's going to be a black Apricorn waiting for you. All right, and the absolutely final Apricorn, the black Apricorn that we're all looking for over on Route 43. It's going to be up towards the side of Lake of Rage. It's more closer to Mahogany Town, so you want to start in Mahogany Town, head up north, follow the path that I follow, go ahead and pop a rappel. I'm going to pop a rappel at least. You don't really have to. And then once you're right here at this trainer, you can just surf across west, across this body of water, cut down this tree, and the black Apricorn is right here. The final one. There we go. That's a nice feeling. And that is going to bring us to the end of this guide. I was kind of shocked at how long this took to record. Hopefully the information is actually helpful. I don't think farming apricorns is like a super lucrative business. I don't know where this is going to go from in the future of PokeMMO. We'll see. I'm sure some of the Pokeballs will end up being pretty useful. So maybe at certain points in the game's career, this will actually be pretty lucrative, or certain apricorns are going to be super worth picking, etc., etc. But hopefully this video was helpful to you. Like it if it was. It lets me know and helps out with the algorithm a ton. Dislike if it wasn't. That's totally okay. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos. I upload every single day, as well as usually stream 4 times a week, Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET, linked down below. Discord's down below if you care about that as well, to get updates on all my content. And if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, support my content if I've earned it from you and helped out your PokeMMO journey enough, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal/Venmo do help out tremendously. But that's really it for me. Good luck in PokeMMO, good luck on your Apricorns, and have a fantastic day.
Hey, thank you so much for watching until the very end of the video. Hopefully it was a positive asset on your day in some way. And thank you to everyone's name who's on this list, who is a massive positive asset to my day every single day. I appreciate you all. Thank you for going above and beyond and allowing me to do what I do.